Cup captain Steve Stricker is joining us now. Steve, you're playing very well on both the PGA Tour Champions and PGA Tour. Can you talk a little bit about your state of the game today and how it fits the Ocean Course, where you finished, by the way, tie 7 in 2012?
Yeah, thanks, Julius. Yeah, the state of my game is okay, but I played the back 9 yesterday, and the back 9 is I hit a lot of woods, took a lot of head covers off my woods to hit them, but it's a tough place. You know, the wind, the conditions add to that, and it's a beautiful place. It's in great shape, but I hope they move some of the tees up.
Very good. Let's turn a second to the Ryder Cup for a moment before we go to some Q&As. You've made a decision on the format, order of play for September's event. Is that correct?
Yes, we have. It's we're staying status quo with the, you know, I always say alternate shot. I guess that's called foursomes in the morning, both Friday and Saturday, and then 4-ball in the afternoon.
Very good. All right, Captain, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and go to Q&A to see if we have anybody at the Ocean Course that has any questions. Yes, Gary on mic number 3.
Steve, Rob O'Loughlin's dream comes true this week after tilting at Windmills for 20 years on the distance measuring. How do you feel about that this week being used in competition?
Yeah, I think it's a step in the right direction for sure. You know, I don't know if I'm there totally for myself. It's just to trust the yardage device. I mean, sometimes there's not a backdrop behind you, or it may pick up a tree or something behind you. So, you know, Nikki, who's on my bag this week, you know, we've been testing it out, and obviously the rangefinders are all spot on for the most part, but I'm still going to probably, you know, pace it off on a near sprinkler head and just coordinate with her that, you know, we're getting the same number. But yeah, I think it's exciting for golf, and actually for just the casual fan to see us using the lasers just like they normally do when they go out and play.
How much do you want to have Tiger part of your group at the Ryder Cup, obviously as a vice captain or what have you, and have you reached out to him about this?
I've talked to him. You know, I don't know if we're there yet to commit to him being there. You know, he's still got a lot going on, and his spirits are great though as of late, and we're on a Zoom call with him just this last week, and he seems like he's in a better place. He's, like I said though, he's still got some ways to go, but yeah, you know, I'd love to have him there. Who wouldn't, right? The guys really respect him, and he did a great job obviously as a captain, but he was an assistant captain of mine in 17 and of the President's Cup, and he was unbelievable. I mean, he would do anything for you, and he's totally vested in the situation and the process, and almost to the point of he's on it so early and so much that you're like, dude, we still got months to go yet. But he's really good at being there and being an assistant, and I'd love to have him be there if it's at all possible.
Whether he is or not, it sounds like already that you can lean on him leading up to that week for, you know, advice or
for
counsel.
Sure. And to that point, I was just saying that that's the type of guy he is, and he's already said that to me. He's like, you know, lean on me as much as you want. I don't know if I can be there or not, but you know, I'm here for you all the way up to the Ryder Cup. So that shows you his level of commitment to me, to the team, and his desire to be there if he can be.
Thank you.
Mr. Ferguson on number 9.
That wasn't the question I was struggling with, but what was the purpose of the Zoom call?
It's none of your business.
If it were, what would it be?
You know, it's you know, it's just, you know, it's all little stuff at this point. Really, it is. You know, just you know, I don't even remember what it was about. Actually, it wasn't even about the Ryder Cup. It was actually about something else, to tell you the truth. To be quite honest, it was.
About it.
Yeah.
For years, when you go to either the Masters or any of the majors, you probably had a mental image in your head of what you were expecting for the week. What would that have been for the PGA Championship?
Here?
Yeah.
Well, I've been here before, so I kind of had that mental image. So what's your question?
So what were you expecting when you go to a PGA Championship? Not so much the course, but just what kind of test you're expecting and things like that.
Oh, okay.
And what do you expect generally out of a PGA, and is it different, your way of thinking this week?
You know, the PGA Championship in my mind has probably always been the fairest championship, and probably the strongest field of all the major championships. I think we have 99 of the top 100 here in the world. So that's, you know, pretty tough to beat, right? So those two things always stick out in my mind. It's probably the toughest to win because it's so strong, and it's always been set up very fairly. Difficult but fairly. Difficult but fair. So that's, you know, that's what comes to my mind. And then, you know, obviously thinking of the ocean course here, knowing what I experienced back in 2012, I knew the conditions are going to play a pretty big role. You know, it usually gets windy here. That finishing stretch is very difficult. So you got to, you know, it's a scrambling game here too, if I remember right, because you're going to miss some greens because of the conditions. But those are the things that come to mind.
Mr. Murray on number 8.
Hi, Steve.
Hey there.
Just going back to Bob's point, early in Tiger's career, there was a theory that the Ryder Cup didn't suit him, that he struggled in that environment. The way you speak now, he's immersed in it, he's very helpful to you. Was the earlier perception unfair, or do you think something changed?
I think the earlier perception is a bit unfair. Although he's a difficult guy to pair with, I think, you know, and I can say that because I was his partner. And we had a great partnership, but he's the best player in the world, you know, and his partner has to be, I don't know what the word is. It's just you have to be okay with playing with the best player in the game. And there's that expectation put on his partner, and he doesn't put that on the partner. He was always a great partner to me, and I enjoyed those. But I think it's just that, you know, hey, I'm Tiger's partner kind of mentality. So I think that's difficult for the guy. So that's always a tough deal. Jim Furyk, I know, was a partner of his, and yeah, but I think that's a bit unfair. He's always been this way in the teams I've been around. Very into the whole team and the process, and yeah, I think it's been unfair. And but as assistant captain, it's almost like he's taking it up a notch. He can worry about the whole team, where, you know, when he's a player, he's just thinking about, you know, getting his own game ready, you know, so he can get those blinders on a little bit. But as an assistant captain, he is all in with everybody, and the players love it. They love being around him, and he adds a tremendous amount when he is there.
Mike, number 7.
Steve, in 1979, the Ryder Cup expanded, as you know, to let players from the European continent play. To be more inclusive, what would you think of eventually allowing players from Africa, Asia, South America, the rest of the world in?
To the Ryder Cup?
Yeah.
I think we have that competition already as in the President's Cup. And I think, you know, this is a special event that's, you know, the history has proven that, and I think, you know, 2 separate events is what we have, and it's kind of, in my opinion, the way it should be.
Mr. Hoggard on mic number 10, please.
Steve, how much time, if at all, have you spent thinking about how Whistling Straits may play as a match play course? We've seen it as a PGA Championship course, but
yeah.
Do you have some ideas as far as some of the things you might do? And I know it's none of my business, but could you elaborate on some of it?
It is none of your business. Yeah, and that's, I was up there last fall looking at it, and I've been up there again this spring, and yeah, we've made some tweaks and changes, and I'm sure everybody knows what they're going to be, and I'm not going to get into that part of it, but yeah, we did some things to kind of, you know, enhance the benefit towards our side, just like they do when we go over to Europe and play their side. So it's minor little things. It's not going to change the way the course plays dramatically. You know, and to be quite honest, it's going to be, I think, similar to this. So I'm interested in watching this week and watching the players this week who play well here, because it's kind of got a very similar feel. That's not Lake Michigan out there, but it's you know, it's got that same look and the same feel, and the wind can blow there at Whistling Straits as well. And this course, you know, it's not truly links really either, and neither is Whistling Straits. It's kind of a, you know, play it up in the air, and you got to fly it to the numbers. And same designer, I think, right? Pete Dye, both places, and so it's got a very similar feel.
Got Jeff on number 9.
Steve,
Hey,
we
Jeff.
had Colin Morikawa in this morning. He was talking about he's 180 something in strokes gained putting. You know, as someone who's known as a great putter, do you feel you can make yourself a great putter, or do you feel like some great putters have something innate that allows them to excel?
Yeah, I think you can make yourself a great putter. And obviously he putts great at times. You know, he's won some big tournaments, and to do that, you have to putt well. So I think it's a mentality at times, you know, to get yourself thinking that, hey, I am a good putter, and if I won a PGA, I won a World Golf Championship event, obviously he's doing something right. I know he hits the ball incredibly well. But yeah, I think you can trick yourself and start to make you think to yourself that you're a great putter, and you keep working on those mechanics over and over, and something may click, and then you're off and running for a while, you know.
And as a Ryder Cup captain, as a follow-up, how much will you target putters?
Yeah, it's important. I mean, I look at that all the time, and you know, putting is a huge deal. Getting it in the hole, you know, just getting it around, because in match play, that's a key part, you know, making crucial putts, getting it up and down. Scramblers, you know, are very important. So yeah, you look at it all, but when it comes down to it, you're like, can the guy make the putt when he has to?
Juan on number 2.
Part of the process of the Ryder Cup is also making the team more cohesive, like people feeling more like a team and getting together, and those relationships. Is there specific things that you're working on? And also with having so many picks, is that going to be a little more difficult? No? So.
Actually, because we have more picks, I think, in my opinion, we have the ability to create teams that we want to create for that cohesiveness. So that's the benefit from my side, is that we're able to be real flexible. Yeah, and then we're working on things, you know, trying to get guys there. You know, we've picked out some times to try to get guys there to, as a whole, to see the course, to be together. Yeah, so we're working on that.